I don't know, man. I can see why people are saying, why it's become so popular. I can see why people are saying that this is a must-watch, even though it's not an easy watch. If you're looking at it from a technical standpoint, you're looking at it from a talent standpoint, like the acting and the direction, and again, from the rough subject matter, which I think is very important. They're hard to watch, but especially if you're a parent, you better watch this shit. So, Netflix has been known to have some shows, movies that become a phenomenon. For some reason they become popular and they become the thing that everybody's talking about.
The water cooler talk of the town.
Yeah, nobody does that water cooler shit anymore.
Yeah, everybody works from home.
Everybody works from home now. Yeah, people. You had things like Squid Games. Yeah, Squid Games. You had Baby Reindeer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you have a few other things out there. So the latest thing to really catch on with everyone is this new show called Adolescence. I hadn't heard of it, but it's one of those things that people like, it's almost frustrating. Adolescence, what's it about? Man, just watch it. Hey, I don't want to say nothing. I can't say nothing. Just watch it.
I thought everybody was still talking about Severance.
Well, they are, but that's on Apple.
Okay.
And we can talk about several things at once. We can multitask with these television and streaming phenomena out here. But this one, unlike people who are telling me about it, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Even though I agree, probably the less you know, the better. But in this series, it's a British series, by the way, and you have a young kid here, Jamie, and Jamie has been accused of a terrible crime. There was a girl who was killed, murdered, and Jamie, even though he's 13 years old, he's being accused of the murder. And now we're dealing with the crime that this kid has possibly done. We're dealing with the reasons why, which might have something to do with masculinity out of control, and also the effects that this crime has on the community and his family. That sounds pretty straightforward. It sounds like something you probably had not seen before, you haven't seen before in some shape or another. But this really goes deeper in a lot of ways. And I would say that this is something that's way more complicated and complex than what I'm putting it, or the way I'm putting it. Let's go ahead and watch the trailer for this, and we'll be back. I saw the whole series. It's only 4 episodes. And it's easy to binge if you're into depressing shit. Yeah. Also, these guys saw at least 2 episodes or 1.5. So we'll be able to have a good discussion about this, which we will get into right after this.
What have you done? Look at me now!
She's like, God damn. She's like, yeah. She's looking at him all right. Uh-huh. she said, I ain't gonna blink. Little crazy ass.
It's crazy what your brain tells you to do when you're a kid.
I've been watching too much uncomfortable shit right now. I just watched this after Magazine Dreams. Mm-hmm. And I just spent an hour looking at puppies online after this was done. I was like, Jesus, man. After watching this and now this uncomfortable thing right here too, because this is very, very, it's not an easy watch. Thing with this is that, look, I said it's a very complex series. And because at first it seems like what this is about. And I told you a little bit about it. This starts out where it seems like the main theme of this is, first of all, it's going to be, a murder thriller. But then it starts getting heavy into the theme of how young boys are misled into what they think is masculinity, how that leads to the mistreatment of women, and how these young boys often feel like that mistreatment they're entitled to it. Mm-hmm. They feel disrespected. So whatever my reaction was, they had it coming. I was justified in what I did. They don't hold any accountability. But there's a more important and a more basic message to this. When I say basic, I'm not even saying that's bad. The thing with this is that, when you think about it, if you watch the whole thing, basically the theme is talk to your kids, especially right now, because you don't want them raised by social media.
Right.
Yeah, this feels like a response to Andrew Tate specifically.
Well, Andrew Tate, I wouldn't even say specifically. Andrew Tate is a part of that, but you know, that's the thing about it. That's why I say it's misleading, because the thing with this is that, listen, social media, it's a jungle of predator and prey. You know, and the food chain can be flipped at any moment. The damn antelope can eat the lion at any moment at this. You know, because you got a lot of things that they're dealing with here. And again, I don't want to ruin anything, but there's a lot of things that they're touching on. It has to do with social media. You know, there's bullying, you know, bad influences, bad role models, access to adult material without the maturity to be able to handle it. And the thing is, it's there. You know, and kids are going to see it no matter what. The only way to prepare them for it is to be there for them. Show them some guidance, some love, and hopefully make decent people out of them. And, you know, so that they know they have somewhere to turn to and someone to talk to when all this goes down. And I can tell you, they try to show you that's very important. This school they got in this, I don't know if you saw an episode.
But this school's out of control.
This school, I've seen prisons that weren't as bad as this school.
Yeah. I was like, dang, all these kids are running this school.
There's a moment where a teacher, now these are kids, these are 13, 14 years, this is junior high. There's a moment where this teacher said, she was talking to some kids, she was like, Scott, sit down. Shut up, bitch. Back in my day, you know, they would have called your house and said, do I have permission to kill your kid? You would never pull some shit like that.
Yeah, like, just stop just short of killing them so I can finish the job when they get home.
Yeah. Teachers walk out when they want to. You know, they're showing videos all the time to kids. The kids are not being raised. It's a harder time now, you know, between schools being rougher and social media being what it is. You know, you have to be there for your kids. And that's what, you know, that's really, it's a lot of themes going on here. But really, when you watch the whole thing, that is the theme of it, man. You know, this is a series that will hopefully, you know, a lot of times you expect parents to have like the talk with their kids. But I feel like a lot of parents are going to talk to their kids just trying to understand how social media is just a different world. It's a different universe. It's a different ecosystem. Because, you know, that's one of the main points of one of the episodes too. A lot of parents, even when you want to talk to your kids, you don't understand the separate language that these kids have.
That kid's getting on my goddamn nerves.
Yeah. No, well, on one episode, they make a point of saying, you know, one kid lets his parents know, or let his parent know, like, you don't understand. You know, you're trying to make sense out of this, and you're trying to talk to these kids about this situation, but you don't even understand the secret language that we have. You know, this is why you have to open up and talk to us, because, you know, you won't even be effective unless you know what the this world is all about. It's a rough watch, but there's a whole lot of things that keep you compelled, even when it gets too rough to watch. Man, the writing in this, let me show you something here. So let me see. The writing in this is amazing. And I tell you, I got a lot of respect for this actor, Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham, he wrote this with a guy named Jack Thorne. And they have done some amazing writing in this show. As I said, it's y'all seen Stephen Graham before.
Yeah, he was in Venom. Venom 3.
Yeah, that's right. And he also
was he?
Yeah, nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Shit, he don't even remember that.
Exactly.
But as I said, if you watch 4 episodes of this, all 4 episodes, you will see how great the writing is, because each different episode takes on a different tone. Episode 1 and half of episode 2, they start out as police procedures.
Okay.
Oh shit! There you go. Okay.
Yeah, the first episode is very procedural. It's taking you through from the raid and the way it's doing the one shot, the following everything. It's like you don't get to look away, or you know, there's no flinching. There's no cutaway, and then you come back. It's like you're there for the whole thing.
Yeah, this starts out as a police procedural, and it's a very good one. But then by the time you get to episode 2, halfway through that, that police procedural, before you even know, it flows into a theme of parenting by the time you get to the end of it. It goes back to what I was just talking about. And one of the hardest episodes to watch is watching that kid being arrested, and that's episode 1. Mm-hmm. That's why I said, it pulls you in, because with this, the authorities, they're going between trying to treat this kid like a kid, but then, they have him on a murder charge, so they have to actually come in and be aggressive with him like an adult. And it's just, and no matter what you feel about this kid, it's tough seeing a 13-year-old kid being torn back and forth.
Sure. When he's crying and looking weak and all.
Yeah, I mean, I know, what he did, but it's a kid, and it's hard not to feel affected by that, especially at the beginning when you, again, like Martin said, you're not sure what's going on with this kid. You're not sure if he did what they said or not.
All right, lad. A cornflake's all right for you, Jamie. And if she thinks you're okay, we'll be taking to have some photos and samples.
It's rough, man. It's rough seeing the
What do you want these cornflakes or not? Because I'll eat them if you don't. Some of the best cornflakes in London.
Well, they made a big deal about them cornflakes too. Everybody was telling me eat them cornflakes. Daddy was eat them cornflakes.
Eat your cornflakes. Son.
Eat them cornies, as they say. Episode 3 is a self-contained stage play. Nobody saw that one, right? Mm-hmm. Man, episode 3 is pretty much taking place in one spot, and this is where you have they're also talking about perhaps mental health issues, which is frightening because there's mental health issues and the mentality behind male entitlement. They're covering a lot of themes there, as I said, which is frightening because when they get into the themes of male entitlement, they play it not just for villainy, but they also try to show some sympathy with it. So it's not like this whole thing where they're trying to come at it from one angle, or from one opinion. Episode 4 is a drama about how everybody's suffering from the fallout of this crime, and it takes place finally with some characters that didn't get that much attention before. And here's the thing, as Martin said, each episode is done in one shot, and the beauty of this is, a lot of times, when you do something in one shot, and the director here is Philip Barentini, who, when he's not directing, he's hanging out at a French cafe, just drinking cafe.
Oh, I thought he was selling newspapers on the corner.
No, apples, from a cart. You heathens.
I hate the children.
But he does a great job with directing these episodes in one shot.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why, here's the thing about directing something in one shot. It used to be done where people like, man, look at what I did. It brought attention on itself. And this one, the biggest compliment I can give is that you don't notice the one shot. And the reason why is because you're not supposed to notice the one shot. You're supposed to feel like you are there.
Yeah. Whether you want to be or not.
Yeah. You're walking around the police precinct. You're hanging out with these people who are suffering. In this case, if you notice the one shot, then they didn't do their job because that's not the point. Also, I don't even think they cheat. So the coordination between this, when I say cheat, now listen, some people try to say, oh yeah, we did it in one shot. Let me just go behind this dark corner real quick. Stop the camera.
No, it feels expertly rehearsed and practiced. I thought about that while watching it.
Yeah, there's no cheating there, man. And the most impressive thing for me, the acting. First of all, that acting, you have to be able to get it down while you're doing that one shot. I mean, we're talking about an hour long shot. But everyone is good in here. Stephen Graham, man. Stephen Graham should be bigger than what he is. This guy is an amazing talent. But in episode 3, this is where they that's where they really get into Jamie, who's played by Owen Cooper, and his psychiatrist, who's played by Aaron Doherty. And they do a phenomenal job in this segment of this episode, because he is so good.
Yeah.
What you seen before, he's acting like a kid, and he still is. But shit, he becomes really intimidating after a while. You know, it gets to a point like, yeah, man, you need to lock your little ass up somewhere.
Well, even in the beginning where they're doing that raid and you just feel like, man, it's a kid. Maybe I feel like you guys are going overboard. But then they start to think, no, they know what they're doing.
No, they know. Shit, they dealt with little psychos like this. I don't know. You know, I'm not going to give away whether he did it or not. But this kid is definitely off. And Owen Cooper, who plays him, this is an amazing young actor. You know, like I said, this part is like a play. And the way these two are just sparring off each other, they both do a phenomenal job at acting in this.
You do not control what I do in my life. Get that in that fucking little head of yours.
She's like, guilty. Get this. Lock his ass away now. Shit, give him the chair.
Right. That's my recommendation.
Yeah. Death row is what I recommend.
You might want to investigate whether he killed some other people.
Yeah, that kid's 13, and when he felt sorry for him, he's a little sweet kid. You know, that quickly turns around in these scenes right here. And the brilliant thing about it is there are moments where they keep flipping it around, and you do keep feeling sympathy for him. You know, they give just that great a performance, and they work great with each other. Yeah, that was one of the things that really impressed me with this. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't stop watching. Everybody's good in this. Everyone is great in this. They open up with some actors that you hardly ever see, and I have to say, maybe I've seen them before somewhere, maybe I haven't, but like this actor right here, his name is Ashley Walters. I know I've seen him somewhere before. He's also a British actor, but he's great.
Yeah, I couldn't place him.
I don't know where I've seen him, but I've seen him somewhere before. He's amazing. Look, there's not a bad performance in here. I would be doing a disservice to these people by going in and just pulling one name after another and singling them out. Everyone is great in this.
Have you noticed how black male actors now all have to be really buff and wear clothes that are too small?
Yeah, Martin. Shit, have you noticed? What love you think I'm trying to reach? Shit, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get big and my shirt's two sizes smaller.
Rocking a schmedium.
Yeah. How about noticed? Shit, I'm trying to be that. Maybe he does that to intimidate people like Jamie.
Okay.
No, Jamie, I'm trying to you, man.
Comes up like Jonathan Majors. You like my deltoids?
Yeah, shit. Yeah, this brother trying to be on this level right here. Now, Jamie, I'm tired of around, all right? You gonna tell me what I want to hear.
Now that's a twist.
Just in case Marvel calls, I gotta be ready.
But there's one thing that came out of this movie. One of the most disturbing things about this film. The show is not even in the show. But before I get into that, I'll pass it on to you guys to add some things to this with the episode that you saw.
Yeah, the only thing that I wanted to add that you haven't really mentioned yet is it feels like the approach that they have with this script is that they know the studio isn't going to try to censor them. Like, there is a rawness to the things that these people say because it's so grounded, where I feel like people would have been like, yeah, no, you can't say that. You can't say this. Absolutely not. Like the way they describe the smell in the hallways of the school, they never would allow that in the U.S.
You know what? That's an excellent point because you're speaking on things you haven't even seen yet. Mm-hmm. The way they talk sex with these kids, especially Jamie when he's talking to his psychiatrist, even he is asking her, is like, are we allowed to talk like this? Because this is a show where they're being, they're asking 13-year-olds real deep and uncomfortable questions about sex. How do you feel about a girl's body? Are you turned on by, have you touched her private parts? And I'm cleaning it up. Mm-hmm. They go a little deeper than that.
Sure.
So yeah, that's the beauty of having a show like our service like Netflix. We don't have to be limited by movies anymore. Or wait for this to be an independent film. They can go ahead and write stuff like this. It's kind of hard to listen to.
Yeah, and it stood out to me where I was like, wow, this is really refreshing that they're not holding back.
Yeah. And somebody said they're talking sex to kids. I'm gonna pass on this. No, I don't. I mean, this is not titillation. This is reality.
Yeah.
This is when they're talking sex to kids. They're talking. It's almost a reaction to social media. Mm-hmm. And the world that these kids live in now. These kids see a lot of shit.
Even when the cops are talking to each other, like early in the second episode, when they describe that the school smells like vomit, cabbage, and masturbation, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that that is so adult that we're mixing kids into, and it's a big layer of what makes it, what makes it uncomfortable.
Yeah,
watching
this
this,
isn't- yeah.
and with it being a one shot, you don't get that chance to breathe or cut away or not think about it. You're
This-
always in it.
This is not titillation. This is not meant to get you excited. If you're looking at this and getting excited, something's wrong with you. You know, no, this is not. I think if anybody's shying away from this, then you're not doing yourself any favors. Especially if you're a parent. You know, if you're a parent and sex talk makes you uncomfortable, then you're missing the whole point of this. You're missing the point that they say, you have to have those uncomfortable talks now. Otherwise, your kid's gonna be talking to the wrong person. Your kid's gonna be your kid's gonna be talking to Andrew Tate. That's who they're gonna be talking to. Shit, they're gonna be talking to this. They're gonna be talking to this mother right here. They're gonna be.
I thought you were gonna show the banana dude.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing. They're gonna be doing weird shit like this. Putting bananas on their face and stuff. They be talking to this guy. Your 13-year-old's gonna be going in the balcony in the middle of the night doing weird stuff. Yeah, man. Don't let this. That's the point. You can't be uncomfortable with these kids, man. I'll tell you this. Let's get into one of the most disturbing things about this to come out of this show. That's not even in the show. The thing that really bothered me, because this show is based on reality, but this is reality right here, is the racist reactions from a few people out there.
Oh, reactions.
And listen, like I said, nobody wants diversity. Nobody wants wokeness unless that diversity is the flavor you want. Unless when we're in the spaces that you're in, we're doing the things you want us to do. As I said, no, we don't want you to be a scientist. We don't want you sitting at the desk, but there's a mop right over there you can pick up. That'll make us more comfortable if you do that. The thing to come out of this is that what I'm referring to here, people get mad when people of color, you hear it online all the time. If they're race swapped for another character, if they're put in as leads or heroes, there's a lot of people don't like that. There was a complaint about Wicked, even though the black chick was painted green and became the Wicked Witch. Why is the white girl acting so mean? Why you gotta make her look shitty, even though that girl ain't even white? When they made Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games, when they made her white, nobody said a fucking word. So, what am I talking about here? It's been made very apparent the way these people want to see us. They don't want to see us be the leads in things. They don't want to see us as the heroes. They want us to be criminals. They want us to be bad guys. They want us to be stereotypes. Some asshole in Malaysia, who's known for saying things like this, said that in this show, they race swapped Jamie from the source material because this kid and the crime that happened here, I'll just go ahead and tell you, he's being accused of stabbing another girl. They said that was supposed to be a black kid. So they switched that out. And then your boy Elon Musk responded like, oh really? Wow. Meanwhile, none of that shit is true.
Of course not.
This story is not based on anything. And when that was pointed out that wasn't true, then people start coming in and then they still trying to justify it. Well, maybe it ain't based on anything, but black people do about 80% of the stabbing in London, so he should have been black anyway. If you want to be accurate.
People are so excited to be like, "Ooh, I'm next in line to show my ass."
Yeah. And all of that was misinformation, by the way. People just making up shit. 88% of stabbings in London all happened by black kids. People are like, well, where's the source?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Where's shit? I got something to do right now. The story's not based on anything, and they're still saying it should have been a black person because that fits their, what makes them more comfortable. They don't want to see a white kid do, foul things.
Oh.
That hurts their feelings.
Yeah.
Why the white kid got to be the villain? But Elon Musk is such a fucking racist. This guy, if you look at, if you read this, one of the producers had to respond and just said, if you actually read on this and saw that this was based on nothing instead of just making up shit, then you know that this is what you're saying is not true. It's not based on a book. It's not based on any actual story out there. And by the way, some of the more recent stabbings have been done by some white kids. So off.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you all this shit. Yes, diversity is forced from these corporations out here. That's why it went so wrong, or one besides just people's own racism. But it goes to show you that that's not always the case either. When people say, "Oh, you're forcing us on here," or this feels disingenuous. No, you're just a racist. That's all.
Occam's razor.
Yeah.
The simplest answer is you're a racist.
It's funny too because again, these people be the first ones to say snowflakes.
Yeah.
Crybabies. But shit, you put one person, let them get ahead one time as a lead in something. All of a sudden, you crying your ass off. Man, that could have gone to a white guy. Out of here, man. I want to hear this from people. But as far as the show goes, I don't know, man. I can see why people are saying, why it's become so popular. I can see why people are saying that this is a must watch, even though it's not an easy watch. If you're looking at it from a technical standpoint, you're looking at it from a talent standpoint, like the acting and the direction, and again, from the rough subject matter, which I think is very important. I hadn't heard about it before, but I get it now, and I couldn't recommend it enough to some other people out there. Hard to watch, but especially if you're a parent, you better watch this shit. This is the thing that will make you go talk to your kid.
Sure.
So it will make some parents sit down. What's wrong with you?
Right.
What are you doing?
What? Get out of my room.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, watch all, and it's easy to watch. It's 4 episodes, now, and none of them are over an hour long. Mm-hmm. So it's an easy binge. You guys finish watching it, man.
I'm going to.
Yeah, only 2 episodes left. I might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm going to finish it probably tonight.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's very good.
What rating would you give it?
Oh, full price. Full price. I rate it full price. I give Elon Musk a f*** you. Jesus, boy.
Another one for him.
Well, I can't believe. And be the first one to turn around and talk about what I do. Talk about shit,
they attacked me for no reason.
People put swastikas on his Tesla, and he turned around and said, "What did I do to hurt anybody?" I don't know, man. What did you do? I don't know. Maybe responding to shit like this. Or would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.